want to make a video about the 3 things that I learned about IVF, or in vitro fertilization. And part of it is misconception. The other thing is just informative for the people who are going to be going through it. The first thing is not all infertility is a result of the female or the woman. Infertility is also a male issue. In fact, 30% of couples who encounter infertility, it's due to the man. And the reason I want to talk about this is because I felt like as we went through IVF, a lot of people felt like it was my wife's kind of issue or her condition, and that wasn't true. It was my issue that we found out, and fortunately we found great doctors and fertility clinic to help with that. But I do want to squash that. It's not always a woman's issue, and don't just assume a situation when someone says they're going through that. Sometimes it's a bigger picture. There's more information out there pertaining to that case. So that's number one. It's not always a woman's issue. Number two, not all fertility treatment centers are created equal. My wife and I went to a fertility treatment facility after about 2 years of trying and not getting results. At the time we were living in Denver, and we decided to go to a facility and just didn't get a good vibe. The doctor wanted to run a ton of tests on my wife, and as we found out later, she was perfectly healthy, and some of those tests involved radiation, and I didn't feel comfortable with it. So and just didn't get a good vibe. The doctor, he seemed nice, but just was a little strange. The facility didn't really seem very clean, and we just decided, you know what, we're gonna put this on pause, and we're gonna find a better place when the time's right. So we eventually went to a fertility clinic in Northern California called Northern California Fertility Medical Center, and just right away, it was a fantastic experience. The doctors, within 30 minutes, knew exactly what was going on with our situation and had a plan put together to get us over that. And we ultimately did get pregnant after a few months of treatment, which involved both of us, both my wife and I. Number 3, it wasn't as difficult as we thought. I think that the fertility treatment in 2019, which we did it in 2018, but in 2019 we did, or fertility treatment in 2019 is, it's streamlined. These facilities, they know what they're doing. The doctors are really informed in the procedure, and ultimately it scared us a little bit at first, and after it, we just kept saying, like, just keep pushing through it, just keep, next step, all right, what's next, and just kind of chugging along and just keep doing it. And then we got the call that we were pregnant, and we were like conflicted because we're so excited to hear the news, but we had been in this process for so long. We were like, well, what's next? And they're like, that's it. Come in for an ultrasound in however many weeks, and we'll check up on everything. But ultimately, it scared us. We were, concerned about all these shots that my wife had to do, and procedures that we both had to do. And honestly, I mean, when you get to this point in your life and you know that you've got to get past it, it's just interesting how much you're willing to do for your family, your future family you don't even have. And it makes it really easy to go into a procedure, small procedure, whatever. But ultimately, the shots and everything, extremely easy, streamlined. The doctors and nurses coach you up on everything. Sorry about my dog. She got a new toy. But the doctors, the nurses, they coach you up on everything. send you home with a organized plan. You know, it's really only a couple weeks of shots. We were thinking a couple months, and my wife was a champion, and you know, husbands out there that are gonna be doing the shots. You just get used to it, you know. So those are my 3 thoughts. I think we're gonna share some more information about kind of why we found ourselves at a fertility clinic, and has to do kind of with the bigger picture of why we weren't able to have kids. So I hope that helped some people. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. But amazing treatment out there to make the reality, to make your dreams a reality. The last, I'll leave with this too. 1 second. Hey. Thank you. I'll end with this. We went into fertility or family planning with the goal of having a family, of expanding our family. And before we started our treatment, I kept telling my wife, at the end of all of this, we will have a family. Whether that means this is successful or whether that means we adopt, expanding a family, there's not one particular way. And I think that that's a really healthy mindset to go into all of this, because it's not bulletproof. It doesn't work in every scenario. And I think that expanding your family can be done in many ways, and it should be, and that should be your goal. So carry that mindset as you're going through this, as you're starting this, that at the end of the day, you will expand your family, and you may just not know exactly what it looks like, but have peace in that, and that's going to give you a lot of confidence through it all, because it's nerve-wracking waiting to hear results on the process, and knowing that, like I said, you're confident in expanding your family no matter what it takes, having peace with that, and that's going to help you along the way. And I think that people who go through this understand that more than anyone. And when you get that call and when you learn that news that you're pregnant, it's or vice versa, that there's a child that's been placed into your home, it's undescribable. It's undescribable. And anyways, I hope the best for you, whoever's watching this, whatever your situation is, whether you're just interested in family and friends that have been kind of following us along the way, or if you're starting that journey yourself, it's all good. It's all good, and there are so many great options out there. But at the end of the day, having confidence in expanding your family, that's the most important thing. So, all right, thanks for watching.